I'm Tommy.
I'm Alex.
And we're
doing things. So today we're drawing our combined life.
As you can see here, that's me, and right here is Alex.
Wow. So we're going to start at the beginning, the 90s. That's right, we were born in the 90s. Tommy, what year were you born?
I was born in 1997. What about you?
Born in 99 in the state of Kentucky. And you were born where?
In the state of Alabama, which is kind of what that is. Yep, in a town called Muscle Shoals.
Nice. So we were both little southern babies in the 90s. That's me. I was an only child.
And here's me. I was not an only child. I have 3 sisters who you can see right there next to me. There's one that's taller. There's another one that's sort of taller. It's not really true in real life.
Do they have names?
And there's my little sister. That's Talia, Maria, and Luisa.
Nice. So, my mom was from Russia. She immigrated here to Kentucky with my dad, who is native born. And we grew up in a pretty small, homogenous town, but we lived in a little immigrant community in there. There were a lot of other kids from outside of the States.
Me, I lived in that little dot. It's called Muscle Shoals. If you know me, you've probably heard me talk about it many a times. Love that place. So growing up, I really learned to love music. I kind of gained that interest not only from my town, which has a rich music history, but also my parents. And as for Alex...
So there were a few things. This is my attempt to draw a ballet shoe. It's pretty heinous, but I did ballet growing up. Also really enjoyed music. My dad played guitar, and then I loved to read. So I was a little nerd. But yeah.
And so moving forward, after our childhood, we move into our adolescence. So this is me continuing my passion for music by joining the band. Ooh, like my sisters who also did this. I played marimba. That's a marimba you can kind of see right there. Yum, that. I don't know.
Yum marimba.
And over here you can see a stage. And so what this kind of represents is my junior year of high school. I got the really cool opportunity to work on a professional live show in Miami, and on stage right there is Pitbull, is who I got to help light. So, love Pitbull. In addition to music, I also got involved in my school community by running for senior class president. That's sort of what my signs looked like. It was my last name, really big. And people voted for me. So that's cool. After doing that, I kind of decided I wanted to go to Vanderbilt for many reasons, but a big reason was they had great financial aid. So shout out to Vanderbilt Financial Aid Office.
Nice. So that's me over there. In high school, something about me is that I gained the ability to see. I had eyes and a mouth. So in high school, I actually had the opportunity to go to boarding school. So I went from Kentucky to Virginia, 2 states that look very similar. So I was at a tiny all-girls boarding school, so you can see all of their little floating heads. My class was only 21 people, maybe 23, maybe 25, I don't remember, but it was very small. Still enjoyed music a lot. I enjoyed psychology, so that's me pointing out somebody's noggin. I took an AP Psych class my senior year and enjoyed it. That's me holding something. Do we know what that is? No, what was that? No. Oh, that's me in a jail cell because I got in trouble a lot. What was I holding? A book, maybe? I liked to read still. I loved literature. Maybe that's what I'm holding. Anyway, my first exposure to Vanderbilt was the hospital because my dad had to go to the hospital there. So I hated the school at first. It was rainy and gross, but whatever. But then I came to visit my senior year of high school after I had gotten in and had a friend who loved it and was doing everything I wanted to do and got a ton of money.
And that's how we both ended up here at the Big
Vanderbilt.
Our first year, we didn't actually intersect that much. We did overlap in some ways, though. That being, we both majored in psychology.
That's a brain.
It's a brain. You might not know because if you've never seen a brain in real life. But I also studied communications.
And I studied... Can you guess what that is? I'll give you a second. It's a test tube because I studied neuroscience.
And in addition to that, we both, at the end of our first years, became Viewceptors, which is how we really learned to love the U. There's the little Viewcept logo.
Yay.
Yay.
We love it. But even at this point, we didn't know each other very well. We hadn't really interacted, despite the fact that we were both Viewceptors.
I was in a group called Royal Purple.
And I was in Electric Emerald. I did not like my color group.
I loved my color group.
Okay.
But either way, then our sophomore year, we applied for board, and we got it.
And we were co-chairs. And you can see that represented by a drawing of us sharing a chair.
That's exactly what it's like.
That is what it's like. So we were both selections co-chairs for Viewcept, and that's how we really got to know each other.
Kind of in addition to our roles in Viewcept, we both also did some other extracurriculars. For me, for example, I also became an RA in West House, and I did some Latin dance my first 2 years with a group called Vita. So this is like a little rose representing like some Latin flair.
Nice. And then I did ASB, which is our big service organization on campus. So that's a shovel, because my first trip was an environmental service trip. And then I got involved with more brain-related stuff. So that's another picture of a brain. I did research, and I worked in a mental health advocacy organization called LEAPS.
And kind of our sophomore year as co-chairs is really what began our friendship.
So those are hands holding.
Now we are at our junior year.
That's me with the face.
And there's me without a face. I still don't have a face.
So we were the president and the vice president of Viewcept. We were
the dream team.
The rulers, the dream team, the P team. And we got a lot of action done. That's one of the little action things from movie sets.
Some of the things, that we did first was we joined a class together. And that was a class called Personality. I'm an ENFJ.
I'm an INFP. Very cute.
And so we saw each other almost every day.
Yeah. But our favorite day of the week was
Wednesday.
So we would have Wednesday afternoon meetings for our presidential team. And we would often spend some time together afterwards. So we would ask each other a lot of questions from this book called An Interrogative Mood. We sat on alumni lawn and did that. We also went to a lecture about Kanye Wild, which is why there's a Yeezus album and a plant.
And we also went to the greenhouses, which is also what the plant represents. And our biggest moment, which is what's being drawn for you right now, is our trip to go see the Astro World tour with Travis Scott.
Yeah, so this was a completely spontaneous decision. The tickets were like $8, and it was great. We really bonded that day. So then we got a new board, and that's all of them. They're very beautiful. They loved us. We loved them, and we're so happy that we got to work with them.
Fantastic. In addition to that, kind of our senior year, moving into that, we began to hang out more casually because we kind of knew our time as presidential team was ending. So we'd often go to Taco Mama.
Get tacos.
And some mama. We would clap.
And we started doing things.
Doing things.
So yeah, whereas our time as a P team left us with a void, we filled it with things like YouTube. And yeah, it was really fun.
And that was also kind of the moment when we realized our lives were sort of running parallel in many ways.
So we were taking similar classes.
Our love lives started to intersect in odd ways.
Yeah, we fell in love.
We also realized that post-grad plans were something in our future as well.
Yeah.
So I am moving to New York City, the Big Apple, as you can see, and working for Citibank.
And there are question marks for me because I don't know where I'll be yet, but I will be a doctor. Regardless, we'll still love each other.
This is a photo of our future family.
Yeah.
Notice the genetic wide stance that we all have.
And then also notice some of them have my features, like the face. They're very cute.
Yes.
But yeah, we love each other a lot. We're so excited to see what the future holds. And that's the end.
Thanks for this journey. Let's clap it out.